What is up, comic book fans? This is Matt with the Hardcover comic, and tonight I actually got an eBay purchase that I wanted to kind of go over and show you guys. So first up, this was a kind of an added bonus to the eBay purchase, I guess you could say, but none other than Batwoman by Greg Rucka and J.H. Williams III. Now, I have not read this run yet, but I have heard some really amazing stuff about it, so I'm super excited to kind of dive in. There is some water damage and stuff on there, but it was kind of a bonus book, and I did get a really great deal, so it's whatever. I don't really care. But yeah, so I've heard some really amazing stuff with this because, Greg Rucka writes really great, strong female leads. He actually takes books that maybe a lot of us guys may not feel like we could relate to, etc. And he just makes them super relatable and super awesome. I really love Greg Rucka's work. So I am pretty excited to read this. Batwoman is a character that I'm familiarizing myself more with, which I'll kind of dive into that here in a minute. But this is not the reason why I'm making this video. No, 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 no. This is the reason why I'm making this video. Batwoman Custom Bind, the J.H. Williams W. Hayden Blackman run from New 52. Now, this was bound by Haushin. I did discover that. I absolutely love the graphic cover on this. Whoever ended up designing this book, I don't know if it was the original owner. I don't know if he had somebody do it. But the design on this book is really gorgeous. I absolutely love it. So here it is, the front. There is the spine. And then here is the back. Now this is going to collect Batwoman number 0 and then Batwoman 0 through 24 and annual number 1. So, like I said, I've never read this run. Now, as far as this run goes, I've heard that it starts off really, really good. But then, unfortunately, DC editorial kind of messed with it and basically ruined the ending for what J.H. Williams had planned for it. So, unfortunately, that is, that's something. But as you'll notice here, one thing that did kind of annoy me a little bit about this, and once again, it's not my custom. I mean, it is now, but I bought it. Customs are made for whoever they want, however they want it. But as you can see here, let me get a good angle. These are not trimmed. They're all kind of all over there. So I'm just, I don't know. I wish it was trimmed. But other than that, I really like it. Haushin does an amazing job, as we know, because I have other Haushin books. I've heard that the art in this book is absolutely phenomenal, all throughout. Obviously, J.H. Williams, Blackman, and stuff on art. I've heard that it's really, really amazing stuff. It looks really awesome. I mean, just flipping through it, the art looks awesome. But the writing, I've heard, starts off amazing. Everybody says, oh, it's so good, it's so good. However, the ending is just I've heard horrible. See, and they even put in, is that the back cover? Weird, like they bound everything. Okay. I've heard that the ending of this run is actually pretty bad. So much so that a lot of people say that it actually ruins the whole story for them. Which is unfortunate. But you know what? I don't care. I got this for a great price. I'm getting more interested in the Batwoman as a character. The reason being is because I just got done finishing Tynan's run on Detective Comics, and as you guys know, if you've been reading if you did read, I should say, Tynan's run on Detective, you know that Kate is a massive character in that story. Now, I didn't necessarily like the character. Like, I love the writing. Like, it wasn't that. Like, the writing was fantastic, but I think she was made to be you're not really supposed to like her in that book, I don't think. Especially if you're one that, really agrees with Batman's philosophies. I don't think you're supposed to like her as a character. You're supposed to see her flaws, and Tynan did a really great job with that. But anyway, the character itself kind of intrigued me, and I was like, I don't really know that much about this character. Obviously, I know she's like Bruce's cousin and all that fun stuff, but I've never really read a Batwoman title. And I know that this is getting an official release later on this year, probably, I think this summer, if I remember correctly. So everybody's like, oh, why don't you just wait for the official release? Well, one, as you guys know from watching this channel, I love customs. I love custom binds. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, I'm impatient. Like, what can I say? I want to read it now or, you know, sometime before. I say that I want to, but honestly, I'm so far behind on my reading. It's probably going to be till summer anyway when I get to it. But that's beside the point. And not only that, but I also realized that customs are a lot easier to read, like, in bed. So, like, I do a lot of my reading late at night and stuff when I go to lay down. And I have like a little like reading table, like lap table that I use with a light and stuff on it, which is awesome. And it doesn't wake up my wife. It's glorious, right? And I've realized that omnis are they're a pain in the ass to read in bed. Whereas customs are lighter. They're not quite as big. Oftentimes they're not nearly as hefty. And they're just easier to read in bed. So that's another reason why this is something that I could take up to my room and lay down and read and not have to worry about, you know, handling it. So it seems like this book might have actually gotten a little bit of water damage to it as well. I just felt a page here that's kind of, yeah, right in there, as you can see. That's all right. Like I said, I got this for a really good deal. It had been on eBay for a few months. I had been eyeing it for a while. Impractical Jokers, one of the greatest shows ever on television. So yeah, I'm not upset. I'm a little bummed, I guess. I don't know. It's definitely got some water damage, but it is what it is. As long as the page is open and everything, I'm not gonna complain. It's all good. But yeah, so anyways, I'm really excited to kind of dive into this run, and I'm really excited to check it out. Kind of see, you know, what the story's all about and see if the ending is as bad as everybody claims. And once I decide, maybe I'll do a review and we'll go from there before the official drop. So that way you guys know, if you've never read this run, whether or not you should pick it up. So there you have it, folks. This is the review of my Batwoman custom bind that I picked up off of eBay for a really great price. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this run if you have read it. Is the ending really as bad as everyone says? So, until next time, the power is yours.